Welcome back, MTG Joe here. We are going to be testing today for the upcoming Standard Store Championship. So this is a Magic the Gathering in-store paper tournament. Store Championships are basically mini tournaments at your LGS where you can play for promos. These promos this go around is like a full art Monastery Swiftspear, which I love playing that card. It's a Shark Typhoon with really cool art, and then it's a textless Urza Saga, which is probably at least $100 as a promo. So I'm definitely excited to try it out. There's two decks that I have kind of pretty much all the cards for. I'm just seeing which ones I want to play. That's either Mono Red Aggro and Best of 3 Standard or Gruul kind of all-in aggro. We'll probably start off with the Gruul aggro list for comparison purposes. This is a Mono Red list I've shared a couple times. Moved off the cases in the main. Instead, we are going to be playing Forge's main, but both the decks are kind of prowessy aggro style shells. So this would be the mono red deck. I'll link them both, but we're going to start off today with some Gruul. I'm leaning more mono red just because I like the cleaner mana, but there's this Gruul list, some variations of it that have been going around MTGO. It's a little bit more all in. I do like this version because it's not playing Thran Portal. I don't ever want to play a deck with Thran Portal. I think that card is terrible. This one's on Restless Ridgevines. The mana in Gruul is pretty bad, but this one is a little bit more all in. So you're using your prowess creatures, Heartfire Hero kind of effects, Swiss Spears. You have Emberheart Challenger, Slick Shot, and Questing Druid for card advantage, very similar to the Pioneer version we were playing a little bit ago. Two-Headed Hunter as a way to double strike your creature, give them kind of the Teamer Battle Rage special with like Monstrous Rage. This version's on the Rages. It's on the full set of Demonic Ruckus. I haven't loved this card because it's kind of telegraphed. I like the instant speed stuff better, but we'll give this a shot. The one thing I did was they were playing Twinferno. I think that card's a little too all-in. I want to try Innkeeper's Talent as a one-of. For the Valiant creatures, it triggers it every turn, which gives us some card advantage. It just naturally gets our creatures potentially out of cut-down range, and the ward can be relevant just in terms of screwing up opponents' math. A couple Witch Stalkers in the main. And then our sideboard today, we have two Tectonic Hazards, basically the new End the Festivities card for like the Convoke decks, like Bats, stuff like that. Pick your poison for big Atraxa kind of threats, enchantments, stuff like that. Forge, as well as Case of the Crimson Pulse, will be our grind elements. Forge will come in pretty much all the mid-range control decks. Case I'll probably bring in against all the decks other than Golgari, because I feel like with Terra Sunder and stuff they'll probably have enough, but I might bring this in as well. The only other change I made in the sideboard was they were on a full set of Blooming Blasts. While this card is reasonable with because it deals damage as well to a creature and a player by giving them the treasure gift, I think with so much Golgari going around, I do like Obliterating Bolt. Getting rid of Preacher the Schism, getting rid of Aklazot, just things that exile as well can be relevant, I think, in the games that we're going to be playing. So we're going to give this a go. This is very much a testing stream, so I am going to be trying things out. I don't really care about my record at the end of the day. What I care about is finding a deck that I like to play, and which I think is the most consistent between the two. So we'll give Gruul probably 2 or 3 matches, see how it plays out, get a feel for it. The biggest thing I want to see with it is the mana. How consistently can we play on curve, how punishing is our mana, and how the deck plays against kind of the heavier removal decks in the format. So probably fine. Flick Shot on 2. So Golgari's not what we want to see in terms of our first match. The Bronco here. A little scary. That's when you want them to be punished. So I'm doing this because if they have cut down, they need to commit to the cut down now, and then I could respond to it. So that takes out almost half their life. I can use these questing druids this turn. Okay, so they had to go for the throat. This is going to be a tough matchup. So Innkeeper and Bat's really annoying. Pain. 2 more damage through. So... okay, so that's not too bad. We're definitely playing out both of these. The problem is they are able here to gain 4 life with the Innkeeper's talent. So I think this turn... I'm just gonna take the damage that's available at this point. Because if they go another Innkeepers here, this would put the Deep Cavern Bat up to 4. So this is the Vraska combo version of the deck. So they likely have Vraska in hand. Us just drawing lines here is not going to help, so they're at 10. Not quite enough to get everything going. So we'll just do this. We're probably like a turn too slow here. The way they played out this turn suggests that they have Vraska in hand. Show me the Vraska. So we did flood quite a bit, which is a bit unfortunate. Okay, 18 poison. It's frustrating. So this is definitely a Forge in matchup. Nazgul, thanks for the follow. I do think I want to pick your poisons here. So coming out, I think we trim a couple Ruckus. I usually trim a couple of like the pump effects. I think we get rid of two-headed. So we still have protection. We have pick your poison kind of effects. We could deal with their creatures. I might want to do one case over a questing druid. So one of the things is with this deck, when you kind of board up, you have to be a little bit more mindful. I think I'm going to get rid of the Witch Stalker Frenzies and play Obliterating Bolts instead. I don't really want to ramp them because they can take advantage in this deck. So let's go like that. Sticking Forge would be big in this matchup. We drew a spell that last turn. We maybe are able to get it, but... I think this hand's fine. Lead on this. If they cut it down, it's fine. Really, we just want to stick Forge here. So. blind will be nice. Come on. It's an Asgo. Yeah. So generally, I'm not on Twitch enough to make it worthwhile. So I end up just doing YouTube. I don't have the same audience there, and I don't have a consistent schedule, so I end up just kind of going from here. So we're kind of all in here the way our hand. They had a duress that just took my forge. We were the turn away from kind of hitting it there. Okay, so kind of did that. I have more of an audience here on YouTube, so I generally like to kind of do it more here. So I think I might just want the second case. Do it kind of like that. So that was just a dumb creature, throw him on. I did do Twitch at one point, but because I don't do a consistent like gameplay schedule, I tend to just focus here on YouTube. Okay. Need a land. So this is actually an interesting line because we have the second. I think we play it slow for a turn. So I can get Forge going, but I think we lead with this. And then just kind of play it slow. Yeah, so the thing with Twitch, if you don't consistently, like if you're not always, say, on like Tuesdays at 5, it's a little worse in terms of getting consistent viewers. When I'm live on YouTube, I'll get like 20 to 70 viewers. If I'm on Twitch, I get like 3 to 5. Not sure what's in opponent's hand, but we will play it slow. Thank you, Sean, for the sub. Also, like, from a strictly making money off content perspective, YouTube, I get more just off, like, ads. So I would rather just do it like this. That way I don't have to, I don't like asking people for, like, money. So let's do red, red. Let's go to combat. They take a block here. I snake skin here. This puts it to 4. And then I have another protection effect here. But even if they have Vraska here, we're still in a good spot. Opponent kept a really weird hand. I don't know how you have like 6 cards against Gruul and just not keep a hand with removal. Choking Miasma. So we lose the Forge, but keeps my creatures alive for the turn. Got him. This is till the end. Just for like sequencing sake, because I just want to know if the Forge should still be playable there. So that's until the end of turn you may play this card. So we lose the Forge on their step, but I have kind of 2 spells in hand. Yeah, so pretty decent start for the deck. We got Gruul, which is the matchup I'm like least excited for. Let's put up a record. I'll have it from the last metagame challenge. So Gruul, Aggro. Realistically, that was mainly a mono red win in a lot of those games. Like we didn't really get to use any of the green cards there. I guess Hunters or the talent in game 1 almost got us there, but they had the really good kind of bat life gain, have enough to hold off combo kill. So Callous Sellsword, I think you want it in more of the all-in version. This one here, we're not trying to like go all like throw everything. It's more around like double strike. If you're playing like the Rakdos version, then I think it's a little bit better. This hand looks good. I will keep lead on Heartfire Hero, I think. Thank you, Anil. Appreciate the support. So, a little bit creature heavy hand, but I think we can go, depending on what they show, Nightmare. Actually think we do this. I'm just gonna do this now because we get the prowess damage, we get a whole bunch of damage in, and if they kill this, we still get some life. This is gonna likely be the heavy discard deck. Yeah, so they still take 3 damage by doing this, which is good for us. My goal this game is just push as much damage as possible, as quick as possible. Okay, that's nice. Just go face here. So we'll end step questing Druid on them. They're at 5. We've used 1 shock thus far, but we have a lot of haste threat. They might have Beza. Carrot Cake's not bad. Gives them a creature. So this is Black-White Viper, most likely. So they can't quite Viper this turn. I think we have to kind of go for it here. They go to 8, we have 7 damage, so just a little annoying here. Would have been nice if we could questing Druid. That's actually fine. Because now it's harder for them to cast Viper. So a lot of incidental life gain here. So Guardian gains them 2 more life. Okay, that's not bad. Gets in 2 more points of damage, which is probably fine. That, like, they've gained 7 life this game, which kind of hurts. Another carrot cake will gain him 3 more. This also gives him the blocker. Need a spell. 1 spell. 1 spell. So they don't have enough to craft yet. So this is a little tricky game too, because like something like pick your poison is not going to really be useful. We'll lose 4 life. Skill game. Skill game. Cool Viper. How about you die? How about you die? Okay, so this is definitely a Forge matchup. So the one thing of concern that we saw is they were mainboarding Lauren, which could be a little bit of a pain. I think instead of the shocks, we are going to bring in the tech hazards. They showed a lot of 1/1 tokens, which could be meaningful. I think pick your poison, probably maybe just as a 1-of. We have nothing to kill the Viper, so I think we just play around it. I don't know if I want to be kind of all in that effect. They're likely going to have more removal post-board as well. So trim likely a Ruckus, trim a Rage. I think if we're on like the Case plus Hunter plus everything plan, we cut the Hunters. I might just want the Shocks still. Because, like, I don't... 1 to 2 damage doesn't seem like it makes much of a difference, but giving them the treasure helps accelerate them to Viper. Which I don't love. I think we try it like this. Let's give it a go. But they have, like, Lauren and stuff. I just want as much grind as possible. No. Actually an interesting hand. It's like I probably want the density of creatures. We could put the spell back. With Case, I actually think we put Slickshot back. The reason being I go Mouse into Mouse Shock, or in this case we have the Rage. We do need a land. It's important against these like black-based decks to get the damage in when you can, especially sneaking in these pump spells, because these don't do anything if you don't have a creature. So cut down. Nurturing Pixie. I'm just gonna get Case going. Even if they have Lauren or something, it's a draw. Yeah, that's the worst case. Because we can't get the Case active next turn. This loop's pretty cool. They failed to search. Okay. I don't like it. It's too much of an investment. I like Case because even at like its lowest K, like unintended. So they could have like, they could just go Viper here. Viper will discard the Ridgeline, which gives us some value. Gets us closer with this Case. Because now even if we draw land, so I can flip the Case, which is nice at least. Kind of for not. I just want to get the Case flipped. So we'll take some damage if they decide to attack in with the Viper. I think we just take 8 here and then block with Heartfire Hero, maybe. A little bit awkward of a draw. Okay, so they're on Braids. Naked Pixie. Hey, that's a nice one. So no attacks this turn. Try to refill our hand, get another pump effect. At the very least, my Heartfire Hero. Oh no. Oh no! Okay, so if we saw Lockdown, then... we know we want more Pick Your Poisons. Yeah. We were kind of into playing that hand out. If they had the Lockdown, they had it. I couldn't beat it at that point. Okay, so they're on Fairy. They have Cut Down, but I don't think we're on the Snakeskin plan. Especially with Lockdown, I don't think I want Ruckus. So probably Pick Your Poison. I don't even think we necessarily want Bolt. I think we just play the Shocks. I could still go the Ruckus plan. Keep one. Snakeskin. Yeah, case dodging it is good, but it's also just, that was a like 6-for-1 does. I can't really do much in that case. Just gonna hold off here. So we lost a point of damage, but they could have had a cut down. I guess cut down would have hit me anyways, so doesn't make too much of a difference. So Notable, lost a couple points of damage there, but we'll forge next turn. This going, hopefully no Lauren out of them, because our hand's pretty garbage without it. This is kind of a interesting, they gain a lot of incidental life. Rage is nice. I think we do this. Question. I think I have to play this. Yeah, I think that's like the right line. They ended up having cut down, so they had the removal, but this way I save the shock. They have lockdown. I think Lauren would be worse than lockdown here. Beza. I gotta just trade with Beza here. So we hadn't seen Beza any of the games. Obviously, the way we would have approached it would have been different had we known. But they gain a lot of incidental life this deck. This seems like a pretty bad matchup. Ah, that's like the worst. So bad. It could be. So here. Oh my god. Their next card's definitely temporary lockdown. Again, can't play around. I think they're different decks. I think against the more aggressive slanted decks, the Boros deck's better. I think the Boros deck's pretty bad into like Domain. So they can go Viper here. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Especially when my deck doesn't want to draw me card. It's frustrating, and I'm 1 mana short, so I can't even, like, play it. Like, we're not out of it, but like a Viper's bad here. This Clay Bricks can also be bad. Face that Viper. Be hard to beat this now. Going to be hard. Yeah, because a card like Pick Your Poison doesn't do much here. I'm dead. I take 13 exactly. I have to blow. Hey, Mappy. It's going alright. We bet Golgari. We lost this like black-white Viper deck. Seems pretty bad into the, like, that deck just gains so much incidental life. 6 toughness, like a 6/6 that turns the corner pretty quick is bad against us. And then Lockdown plus Lorn. Most people aren't playing Artifact Hate, but everything they play just gain 2 or 3 life. It's no good. Alright. Let's try this shit out. So, against another Golgari deck. So the mana's been up, like, thus far. So the goal next turn, we Emberheart. If they tap out, I can like Ruckus with 2-headed. Just like chunk them for a huge amount of damage. They shouldn't tap out. Aha! No spells. We go Innkeeper's Talent. I have to do this. I don't really get a choice. These are like real. So the thing is, like, these only play you when you're ahead, which I don't love. Might have been right to target Slick Shot, but then we don't get the effect. They have cut down as well as their last card, because of course. We've taken a lot of incidental damage ourselves. This is why I don't like these Ruckus. You want 1 mana. Like, you're not operating on 4 mana at times. So then it's worse in a lot of cases where you're not really getting the full value. Because if that was like Might of the Mice, whatever it's called. I mean, if they also just are not ripping, like, everything they've done is just rip removal. 3 removal spells. There was maybe a line there, but even then it was kind of rough. Okay, so bolts in. Ruckus out. We saw how terrible it can be there. Do you think I want Pick Your Poison? 2-headed Giant could come out. Like, they're just awkward at times, some of those cards. What else should I cut? They could have bats, they could have things. I think I'm gonna cut all of these. I think we cut Questing Druid. Do it like that. Yeah. I know. I think we're gonna go to mono red after this. Also, doesn't help that... Oh my god. Love that for us. Super cool. Nothing quite like the game deciding is part of the problem. I don't like these all-in Gruuls. You end up just succumbing. I think discard that. So I think here we're actually just getting case going. Because like we have the grind engines going. Bad if they follow up with Shelly. Doesn't matter. Just gonna play out the stuff here. At this point we're just racing. Guess it does let them use their mana, but their mana was going to be used on the Swiss Spear anyways. Yeah, we've been playing a lot of like black-based. The formats basically are you on a red-based aggro. We brought in removal. That is removal. That can help the race. They do need to commit. Now we get this going. It's like you choose either cut down, go for the throat as your kind of theme. You choose white-based Sunfall, or you choose red-based aggro. It's kind of like the pillars of the format right now. So 2 cards. They could activate Temple of the Dead. They could activate Restless Cottage. Or they can just have another Aclazotz. And my deck decides, no, Joe, you will not. They do have to block here. Is this legendary? It's not a legendary land. They do have to block at least one. We go to game 3. Well, we did bring in the Obliterating Bolts. We have the Frenzies, so we have what we can. That's an interesting line. That's the best case for us. Because like they'd have to spend the turn. They could have like Terra Sunder. Cool Duress doesn't do anything. Duress is a very limited. Oh, come on. Nice last 2 cards out of them. We decide to draw all the nonsense. We couldn't have drawn that when they had the Aclazats out. No, we draw 2 of them after the fact. Come on. Come on. That's so frustrating. So we did hit Forge. Oh, so I do need to play you out. Do that because we are dead because they have the land here. What top deck you gonna get now? I mean, this case has been carrying, but yeah, it's a little rough. I think we just block here. Try to go for lethal. Oh my god. Okay, well, if you're drawing 3 cards a turn, how many lines have we drawn? We've drawn over half the lines in our deck. Okay. Let's switch to mono red. Like, they went Aclazats, Gix Command, Tranquil Frillback as their draws. We went land, double pick your poison when it didn't matter, Heartfire Hero, like 5 lines. Not the best showing. It's just, it's too hard, I think, to just be all in. So this is the mono red deck. Forge's main for all the Golgari. Bane Splitter is a way to enable Might of the Meek over the Ruckus. While not as much direct damage, it just cycles. It's got a lower opportunity cost. It's easier just to trigger Prowess. Fountain Ports with Forge, you can either make tokens or sack the tokens at the end step to draw cards. So it's a little bit better of a mana sink. No tap lines, no awkward color screw. Sideboard, your hazards, Torch the Tower, Obliterating Bolts, Scorching Shots. You have cases in here, Koths for the grindy matchups, and then Sunspine Links as well for the greedy mana bases and to shut off life gain. So against that Orzhov deck we played against, the Sunspine Worms, or Links would have been good. I'm 2-1 with this one. Oh. Server died, server died. Fine. We got the game day I was using for the thumbnail. So I'm keeping the record. So mono red. I went 2-1 thus far with it, off stream. Lizards, fine. It could win, not consistent enough, I would say. There's been a couple that have from the MTGO that they 5-0'd. Like if we look, let's see, it's the 3. Someone got Mythic with it. It's mid 50% win rate. kind of more volume of games than anything. This one, a goat. Try out some mono red. The Gruul, if you're just tuning in, is a little all in. Yeah, they're all on my Aether Hub, or you can go to my Untapped profile. Every deck I play ever is always on my Untapped. I don't hide wins or losses or anything like that. So it's the mono red. It's the second one after Gruul here. The first keep. Convoke can be a bit challenging. They gum up the board pretty well. So I'm gonna main phase on the Emberheart Challenger here. They could case here. Could have Helix. Be pretty bad. Fountain Port. Think we go for it. Maybe not. So they have Resolute. If they go like Imidanes or something here, I could Lightning Strike it. Yeah, so I've just recently tried I had the cases in the main. I switched to Forges in the main just because of Golgari. I think it's better against Golgari. And against Domain, it's a little bit better. Case is better against like Control and stuff. Okay, so this is Jeskai. I think we're just using our mana and going face here. So the thing is, I want to see what we draw here. We're just pretty solid. So the question is, do I just forge this turn? Do I die on the crackback to Imidanes? I think we might just be able to kill them. So that's 6. That goes to 5. So that's 6. They take 7. So it's 1. 5. They would die to the crackback. I do this. It just loses the roll. I think we do this. So this means that they can't activate blue mana here, and they can't kill my Heartfire hero, and they can't block my Heartfire hero, like in terms of killing it. Got him. So this version of Convoke, mana's a little bit more painful, and they have more 1/1s. So Tectonic Hazard's nice here. Their what is this? Okay, well, I can't see my sideboard. Their mana base is very aggressive. So there's games like this where I do think shifting to control might be right. Let me just see. So you can kind of pull up here and just become like mid-range. Get rid of rages, get rid of mites, get rid of the Bane Splitter. You just win through like this stuff here. So it does make it harder with the cases. So maybe we cut these. So by doing this, you do get a little worse. So maybe we kind of hedge. Go the mid-range plan still. So they're going to bring in more removal. The lightning strikes are fine. We have a lot of cheap removal for their stuff. Maybe we don't want the Sunspine. Where the hell did my sideboard go? Oh my god, so stupid. And it just took out all my styles. Magic. Probably overboarding. Glittering Bolt, Lightning Helix. Do it like that. I'm kind of trying out different things. I don't know if how aggressive I want to be in these mirrors, like these aggro decks, because they go wide. And then they have case and stuff like that. So we don't have like Vampire's Vengeance like we once did. I think we keep this, but I don't love the hand. So I'm gonna go Swiss Spear here. The reason being, Case can't kill it this turn. Novice. Get Gleeful. The 2 damage. I think securing the damage early is important. It's going to be kind of a race, so where you could nickel and dime them is good. Yeah. So interesting line there. They chose to do that over playing this and killing the Swiss Spear. So the only way we get punished is if the last card is Imidane, or they draw the Imidane. If they do, they have it. But I think it's right getting this going, because next turn I can double spell. They always have it as their last card. So we really just want any non-creature spell. Exactly. Ow. How is it always that they have double? Like there's... always double. Think we're fine with this. Maybe the Sphinx, just a little bit too ambitious. So they had to draw at least one, if not both of those in those 2 turns. This is the only way we lose. We want to be more aggressive. I think here... Put away Rage. I've done a couple, Emil. I don't love this set for draft, to be honest. I don't tend to like... You have to be so in a lane. There's too much synergy in the decks where I find them to just be stuff that I don't enjoy. I think we... just do this. So I know Hazard would have killed it, but Hazard was something that the map could have gone on. This could be the thing, but if they have it, they have it. Hey, Aggro. It's just practice. I've been playing since New Phyrexia, probably like 12, 13 years now. So it's just a matter getting comfortable, finding a deck you like, an archetype you like. It's okay to move around. When I used to play Paper a lot in Standard, I used to only play Control. Now I play predominantly aggressive strategies. Warden. Would love another removal spell for the Warden. Interesting line there. So they opted to tap that. Hey, that's nice. That was a good sequence. Just clean their board, have the forge going, and then kind of take them down that way. Yeah, it depends like what your goal is. Just Arena's a good way to get reps in. It's a little different in like Paper tournament play at times, but this is technically lethal. Got Lightning Helix. Fine. They're kind of flooding now. The Sphinx might actually just be like super reasonable against this deck. Just alive. But they need to draw pretty well here. Novice, and they're dead. And they are dead. Watch just died on me. Do maybe one more with red. I think I'm liking this red version a little bit better. What I would say is we probably do want the cases. When we're bringing in a higher density of removal, I do think we want the cases. I think it was right in that matchup to try. It could be. You still need some of the prowessy style effects, which gets you kind of in a awkward situation. This is one of the downsides. I think of the fountain port. Because normally my play, so I'm gonna still lead off as though we're gonna draw a mountain. So this could be Gruul. Yeah, generally I'll bring in both first control. Okay, so they missed lands. Let's try to hit lands. Never didn't have it. Yeah, so Case and Forge versus Control against Golgari. I'm bringing in all the having the Forges, having some. Okay, so they could have protection. So that's 5, 8, 10. So not quite. Think we... So they've already used a shock. They could shock. If they do shock, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we just play it safe. Because they could one-shot us with this deck. They have the protection, they have the protection. I can't beat that. They had it all. They had it all. So we should have gone for it. It might have been right to just not play Emberheart there so we could have the double removal. So there's a couple things we did wrong there. This deck's very all in. Like, we shouldn't have played the thing there. We either go for it fully. So we played that a little poorly, I would say. So, lessons learned. The flash stuff or the haste stuff has more utility. This matchup, we probably want to scale back. Bane Splitter could come out. Witchstalker's fine. Probably trim a Monstrous, trim a Meek. Yeah. Trim a Slick Shot. Yeah. We played that a little poor. That was on me. Swiss Spear here. It's about being defensive, I think. I know, I like Magic. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger. Nothing ever like super competitive. But it's... I don't know what the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scene is, like through Arena and stuff. There's enough reasonable kind of tournaments and stuff like that. The top end prize pool is... can be there, but I think we're doing this. Okay. So this is just kind of the all-in. We're flooding a little awkwardly there. So they just have shock as their predominant removal. I do like having all our removal options in. I think what we might want to consider... So I like this because it works with the mouse better, draws us cards, and it can get itself out of shock range with a spell. Do you think we want Case, maybe? Because we're going more controlling. We may also want to just play Scorching Shot. Kind of go from there. So, we should have already won this match, but played poorly. Always kill their things before they can cast spells. Really want to land here, just to double spell. We needed a land there. Give me a land. Last game we drew so many lands, this game we drew nothing. Opponents on nothing but lands. I think we're doing this. Can I kill them? So that's another points, so that would be 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I do have to try to do this. Do they have the Twin Inferno? Aw. I shouldn't have saved Swift Spear there. At which point was the lightning strike again? Maybe went too passive there, but... They had no card selection and they had the Twin Inferno's a one-of. So it feels kind of bad there. Again, maybe if the plan's to be that conservative, you just keep going. This version of the deck, we can get rid of Scamp, but... I think I'm fine with this trade. Do want to hit a land. Perfect. So... I think we do this. Setting up here, so we're probably dead here. And just didn't work out. In this matchup, it's probably not right to hold removal, it's right to just push, because the thing is, they're gonna have a bunch of ways to pump it outside of free damage. So if they just have like the double slick shot turns, I can't do much. Heartfire Hero. I just... Gas. All gas. No downside, all gas. Tectonic Hazard's not going to do much here. Scorching could be fine. We probably want the Case over the Forge in this matchup. And I think it's just about us being aggressive otherwise. We want to play to the board as much as possible. Trimus. Chain Splitter. Splitter might be better. There's no point in plotting the bird there. You just gotta set up. The plotting the bird's not gonna do anything. On turn 2, like turn 3, I should have just played another creature out instead of trying to hold up. We just weren't gonna do enough, like with the way the hand was set up. I think it's actually put Slick Shot back here. The flop bird, we're not progressing at any point. So things that, what color are you playing, like Fluffy? This is nice. Because like things like Squee could be good, Ace, Forge, things that provide continual card advantage. So there's a little bit of a risk doing the case and playing the land first. Because now if you draw another land into land, it's a little bad. Whereas we would have been able to come close. I think we just play back here. They have trample, it's bad here. But I don't think I can beat the trample anyways. We need like torch the tower here. I think we're double blocking. Yeah, there was another mono red. So they 7 us here. They do get the detective. They could equip the detective. Naturally another scamp. This might have to be defensive. Ooh, that's good. How do we lose? Like monstrous rage, the scamp. I go face. We definitely have to kill something. That presents more like fear. Bailout's like good against heavy discard. It's just so felonious rage. I think we just attack here. They would need like a pump. And a thud. I guess if it's land, thud, that's 4, that's still 8. So then we're okay. Yeah, there was a really lean to the ground mono red deck with Phoenix Chick. I don't love Phoenix Chick. Such a bad draw. God, why? Literally a spell. A single spell wins us the game. Instead we just draw lines. Now I can't attack. And like, I added more spells. I actually took out creatures. They just have the thud. There's been so many games today where we're like a card away from winning and we just can't draw the damn card. One to the side. Go up a second Bane Splitter. Amount of links. Try that out. So frustrating. Like, you play well. And it's just, it doesn't matter. Blue-white control. Oh my god, another one of these life gain decks. I'm basically gonna force them to have temporary lockdown here so I can try to drop Forge. Yeah, I'm trying to play decks I have paper cards for because I want to play the standard event. I don't have the Rakdos cards needed. I think we do this. Get rid of you. This just gets it bigger at least. It was going to be hard for us because we knew we were going to cast the lightning strike. What the hell does this do? Each player chooses 6 lands, destroy all other permanents, activate only as a sorcery when... We're gonna force them to Silex here. I can make a fish after. Go, my fishy! So like Forge should go pretty hard in this matchup. We play around Lockdown pretty well. I can start drawing a card. Emil, we played Gruul earlier. I didn't love it. I found the mana base a little awkward at times. And it was a little too all-in for my liking. So how greedy is their mana base? Let's bring in the links. Let's just shift up, I think. So... do you think we're gonna get rid of Might of the Meeks? Might be right to get rid of some Monstrous Rage as well. Because like at least this re-equips. They showed like some creatures, so I do like having the burn, plus it's just incidental reach. So maybe let's do that. Yeah. Gruul is like, this Gruul version's mono red, it's just that you have to play tap line, and it's got a lot of cards that you're like this weird all-in combo deck, but you die to a Go for the Throat, which I don't love. So we'll plot Slick Shot here. Well. Enigma Gruul. See what they play here. I'm just testing today for like the event because I got all the cards in the mail. So I just want to see what configuration I like. So this... Whenever one or more non-9 non-permanent you control enters the battlefield, put on target creature. Okay. I think we're just pushing in here. Wait to see what they do next turn. They're not blowing up our non-basics. They can still... activated abilities, so this would reduce by 1, so they can still activate the anchorage here, which is a bit annoying. Question is, do I go all in? I think we do this. They could have the sweeper. I wasn't attacking in with that anyways. They could draw a card here. Create a treasure token. Could have killed that, but... yeah, the Golgari deck's a strong deck. I don't have a lot of the cards in paper, and... it's not something I would personally enjoy playing a full tournament with. My whole thing is I want to finish every match in 20-30 minutes so I can walk around. I don't want to go to time every match. Where are my spells? Where are my spells? I think now we have to kind of go for it. Actually fine for us, because now I get to get Valiant triggers in the States. Yeah, it's a fun deck. I really enjoy it. Oh, resolve. Slick Shot on top is good in my books. So I'm gonna put this here. The reason being, I could have kept it, but they could have like temporary lockdown. This is worse if they obviously have... actually, it doesn't really matter if they have temp lockdown. If they have... I don't think they're on temp lockdown because it killed all their stuff. They have Sunfall. All our decisions didn't matter. So we're open for a little bit of burn. Our Sunspine Lynx is lethal. Koth would be pretty reasonable. We can take out that. Actually, this can kind of get bigger now. Ace would be fine. Lightning Strike. Let's go for Lynx Lethal. Just let that die. I think I have to kill this now. They don't have blue mana right now. I just don't know if they're going to be playing a counter spell. I guess I should have waited because then they couldn't forge. We could have done it on their turn. Game. With Beza, it's a little too much. So they have Bezas. We want Scorching Shot. It might just be more aggressive. Get rid of Koths, I think. I mean, if we drew any of our, like, good stuff, we would have been okay. They have Beza, they're gonna have Beza, I think. We just go more lane. It might be right to play Koth. Might do do one after this, we'll see. Just to kind of clean it up. I did want to keep this to just red decks for today's video. Maybe do some other decks tomorrow. I think we're just poking in. They have Get Lost, they have it. Forge is nice. They have that stupid Urza's thing, it's gonna be bad, so we maybe hold off on the Forge. I don't get to flip my case though, so it might just be about pushing as much damage as possible. Because they would get the... okay. We have the double, but... we're doing this. I basically have all the cards for Mono Red, Gruul, just kind of any of these aggressive slanted decks. I could come together and build the Rakdos deck, but I think that Rakdos deck is so all-in. Kind of a cool interaction, just basically free. So they're dead. Dead, I tell you. Dead. Easy, easy, easy. I think that's kind of like where we got to be at with these. Just go super... Like, I'm feeling okay about the deck. Like, we've lost some weird ones. The mana base is really tough to splash right now. Because, like, realistically, there's only, for any of the splashes, like, if you look at the Gruul, you have to play a tap line. And they're pretty bad, like, the tap lines. You need kind of 12. Like, if we look at that versus, say, like, the Pioneer version. Like the Pioneer version, you got like the pathways, you have like the shock lands. What I would do for a Den of the Bugbear, what I do want to try is one village. So I've been against this card because it doesn't cast your non-creatures, but we'll give it a shot. We have the mice. It could be reasonable. Kind of go from there. Question is, like, do we want the frenzies? Or just keep frenzies side? Let's try that out. Because, like, I would love to play Lightning Helix and then just have access to Get Lost in the Side, Rest in Peace if graveyard decks become a thing. Like, there's definitely ways to kind of... It's just... You either have to be balanced or do like mice where you can play a little of both. Lizards. So this target creature gains trample. It's a good start for them. A very good start for them. I think we gotta try to race them here. This turn. So I can actually bait them a bit here, because they're gonna likely attack all, and then I have this Witchstalker Frenzy that can hit Gev. I mean, if they have some sort of weird protection, this could just be shut. Okay. That takes their full turn. I'm happy with that. Can I have another creature? Forge isn't bad. Because the next turn we just pop off with this. I lead with Might of the Meek. Block. Ah, no. For all the damage. They could potentially kill me here. Land pings me, then there's the 3-drop that deals extra damage. Lightning strike there, that's annoying. Can I get a creature? Maybe it was right then, just to hold off. It's a weird game. So either they kill me or they die. And of course, come on. Okay, so torch. There are a lot of 2 toughness here. Bolts. Aces. Flyers could be reasonable. I think it's trim. On the play, I still want to be somewhat aggressive. We just needed like a creature there. For 1-for-1ing. I do kind of want to be on that. 22 lands. Got tons of removal, which is what I want. Do kind of want this top end package. The flyers probably better. Get rid of Bane Splitter. Get rid of a Frenzy. Do it like that, just a little bit more efficient. Might be right with Rage in hand to hold off the turn. So the question is, do I just shock here or play the other slick shot? Regardless, I'm killing this. We know that. I think we do that. Could be wrong. Might it be just play out both, kill, and then force them to spend their turn with removal? Probably right to just get that extra damage in. So I think regardless, like, we learned some important things today, just in terms of like sequencing and stuff. Start off triple removal against us. All right, this land might actually do something. Might actually do something. Alright. That was pretty sweet. So they do have a lot more removal. So it might be right here. Trim down a little bit more. We may want Koth. Like, it is removal on itself. Just want the other frenzy. Just more removal. I'm actually gonna mulligan this hand. We have no interaction. This hand's better. Don't think we play out Heartfire just yet. I think we plot Bird here. Lets us go Bird into removal. If not, I can go... I'm doing those for no values, nice. It's a turn here. I think we're taking the damage here. Interesting, because it makes the gecko line worse. Or like it makes... They've already played a gecko, like 2 geckos. They have 3 geckos in their opener. Beat that. Like, we weren't playing... For them to have 3 in the top 10 is a little unusual. I think we let that die. There's a way we could try to draw into Monstrous Rage, but it's a little tough. Especially because we cut a couple Monstrous Rage. I guess we could have gone Spell, so it might have been worth doing. I was probably right. Cut down, and I had 2. Definitely frustrating. This. Hey, need to kill you. So it would have actually saved our slick shot if we had done that. So that might have been right. So just like little lines here. But they've seen 4 geckos in their top 12. Sacrificer returned from yada yada. We hold off here. It's been a weird game. They've just been on Gecko cut down Tron. Be cut down. Be cut down. Don't be lightning strike. Okay, that one is a good one. Ooh-wee. Definitely saved my ass. So we could sacrifice the monstrous roll and draw a card. Hey Perf, how's it going? Good sign to start. Laughing Jasper. Need to find removal for this. not bad. They would have been dead otherwise. So Fountain Port drawing us kind of saved our ass there. Board should be decent. Removal. A monstrous rage style effect. Case would be good. Case is probably the best draw. I notably have one pain line for red. Jasper. Spell. Oh my god, why? Why you do this to me? Fucking hell. It's literally lethal. It's literally lethal if either of those were mine. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Was literally the perfect two draws. Oh my god, we just lost like the stupidest ways today. Literally either of those would have won us the game last turn, and we drew the land and then helped them find... God. What the hell is that? The hell is that? This is just silly. We had so many outs. I'm going nuts today. We had the weirdest flips. I play my spell. Nope, doesn't matter. Here's lands. Because if they didn't hit the trample, if they hit the shock, we win, or we have a good chance to win the following turn. This. Okay, now this is going to be Viper probably. That's just going to grind us. Mono black discard. So here, do this. We could play into lockdown here, but we get a lot of damage in at least. And then I get to follow it up. Unfortunately, we don't get the card to draw. Creature's fine. Just keep pushing damage, keep pushing damage. Boom. Hello! Alright, Cots. You. Case. Scorching Shot. Bring in you. Take out Might of the Meeks. Take out Monstrous Rage. I don't know if they're on bat or not, but probably trim a couple Lightning Strike, maybe a Shock, play a Rage. Do it like that. I need to get rid of Preacher and stuff. Forge is the best card in this matchup. Take advantage that they don't have cut down on one. Which of my Forge you want? Just play it out. If they go Preacher here, I can just switch Stalker Frenzy it. I feel like they maybe take Frenzy if they have it, but... Okay, well, that needs to die. This bat deck's not too bad. When they draw the second one, it's worse. Obviously would have loved the land there, but... So they're gonna get a chance to gain some life here. Land would be very good for us. They don't really have much to get back from the graveyard. Somalia's scary. So there are, I thought they were more controlling, they're more aggressive, so. You have Shock. Doing this, they'll kill Slick Shot. And then I'll do this. I'll get my Lightning Strike back. I guess I did miss that line. I could have Shock to have Lightning Strike and then beat them that way there. Okay, so we can beat up on these like bat style decks pretty good. but we end up struggling a little. All right, I gotta do a green or white. There was do one deck just to do the daily. Deck. Nebraska combo. Let's season a burrow. First mana base in there. Here, pull this up. Realize I'm not looking on screen. So recently, there's this like Selesnya Rabbits deck. We can try that. Try mono green aggro. I'm missing a lot of cards from this one. Oh, they only went 6 and 4. Missing some Phineas. Mono white. It's mono white. Oh, mono white did not do well since getting into Mythic. We could try rabbits. Give this a go. Just see if there's any other decks right now kind of showing up. Mythic. The mice deck's been doing pretty well. We can give that one a shot just to see. Because this isn't too hard to build either. Try some mice. Red-based aggro decks for today. What do we got? Alright. Helix, Dreadma's Ire. Why is there so many Dreadma's Ire in the sideboard? Play another Helix. We have Cases, we have Forges, we have Frenzies. Let's try this one out. Let's see how the mice play out. So we went 5-4 with mono red. Find our opponent. 5-4. I mean, there's so many of those games where we could have potentially won. Just like weird circumstance. Like a draw goes one way or another. What are you folks in chat been playing in Standard recently? No. Sure. Time looks good. I think I'm actually going to put the second Heartfire hero away. Being on double white's a little awkward here. If we had double red, I would have kept it. I don't know. If we do Rare Botanical Sanctum. Seed of Hope. Oh, we got Combo Gamers. Do we have Rest in Peace? We don't. I don't think. Oh, we have Rest in Peace! Okay. Opponent digging for lands. Perfect. So whenever creature becomes a target of spell or ability, whenever this creature. Okay, so I think we just play this, and then we offspring this next turn. And then we just pump our team. Sounds like a plan. What's the ratio? Ooh, child. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time, I see control. Yeah. We can't cast it anyways, so we'll do this. And then I have Monstrous Rage up for next turn. So if they do sweep, they would need a sweeper here, but wait, my mice! My mice! Yeah, well, this is definitely a Dreadmaw's Ire. Stop doing this. I want to see what I have. Probably get rid of Skrelves here. Dreadmaw's Ire can blow up their artifact. We have Inti here. Don't hate that. Probably just Node Get Lost. Whenever it becomes a target of spell, look at the top 5 cards, put one into play. That's pretty solid as well. I don't think we need the trample as much per se. Maybe one fewer Inti, and probably do want the Forge. I may want the Helix too. Just controlling their like enabler creatures is pretty good. But I guess Get Lost always hits them. This goes face. Let's do it like that. Because we just want to make sure that they can't just start churning through their deck. That looks good. So we can go Heartfire into Manifold, Mouse, into Rabid Maw. If they play a 3-drop out, I can just kill the Rabid Maw. Nah. Yeah, so we're killing Rona here. Probably go Manifold Mouse with Offspring, double target the Heartfire hero. Mabel won't trigger Valiant this turn. Balaji. I did find a combo piece. Oh no, you're 2. I do think we do this turn. I wanted to see if we could find... Okay, so we have Embercleave Mouse. Right now, Cauldron does have Rona, so they can draw a discard. Land wouldn't be terrible. Go Inti here. Target you. You get your Valiant trigger. Put the counter here. Good. For Sleep Cursed. I guess they could block Manifold Mouse here. So maybe I should have put the trample there. Yeah, they do. So the problem is they could put the counter here and it doesn't do enough. So yeah, kind of messed that up. Should have just gone for... Got too cute with that one. Alright. So they can... They need a way to put... They need the green creature that makes mana. Could potentially be dead here. Good sign, good sign. Draw. Second Cauldron. They could pay 2 mana to untap it. So they basically have like 2 more draws. The big thing is you kind of need Rona with the Sleep Curse, because Rona naturally untaps itself when you start casting legendaries. Turn. So this gives us a card. Fine. Cool. Hey. Nice aggressive little mouse straw there. Alrighty folks, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Appreciate everyone for stopping by today. Hope you enjoyed some aggro games. We'll be back for metagame breakdowns throughout the week, and Explorer just went live for the metagame breakdowns if you want to check that out. And we'll be back with Standard Best of 1 tomorrow, and then we'll look at Historic Timeless and Standard Best of 3 for the rest of the week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great one. Stay safe out there.